And we're on lesson 64. We are using a unit multiplier to convert a rate. Okay, and your objective here is to use unit multipliers to convert rates. It says Yasmin ran a mile in 6 minutes. Use a unit multiplier to find her average rate in miles per hour. Alright, so first thing we want to do is take the information they give us, running a mile in 60 minutes, or a mile in 6 minutes, and write that as a fraction, okay, as a rate. So she ran 1 mile in 6 minutes. And we're going to multiply that by a unit multiplier, okay, and to find her average rate in miles per hour. Okay, so we got to think about this. If we want to write it in miles per hour, that means one of our two units is going to change. Well, the miles is going to stay the same. So I'm worried about the minutes. Okay? Since I need to change the minutes, I need to think of a unit multiplier that relates minutes to hours. Okay? So I'm trying to go from minutes to hours. Well, I know that 60 minutes is 1 hour. Okay? So now my job is to take this conversion and write it as a fraction like I've done here already. Okay, we know 60 minutes is 1 hour, and decide which way I need to arrange them so that my unit I want to change will cancel out. Since I'm trying to change minutes, that means that minutes needs to be on top over here. Okay, so I need to leave this like it looks. So I'm going to multiply this by 60 minutes over 1 hour. And the reason I'm going to do that is so my minutes cancel out. So I'm going to end up having 1 times 60 on top, and that's 60 miles, because that unit is still there, over, and on bottom I've got 6 times 1, so that's 6 hours. Alright, now it says I want to find her rate in miles per hour. Okay, that's a unit rate. That is miles per 1 hour. So I need to figure out how many miles per 1 hour that's going to be. Well, I should know that to get from 6 hours to 1 hour, I need to divide by 6. So on the top, I'm going to take 60 divided by 6, and that's going to give me 10 miles for every 1 hour. Okay, or 10 miles per hour as my rate. Okay, so again, walk through this one more time. Take the information they give us and put it in a fraction. Decide how what our unit multiplier is going to be. In this case, I needed to go from minutes to hours, so I'm going to multiply by minutes per hour to cancel out the minutes, and then go from there. Alright, and we got one more example. Alright, this says, driving at 60 miles per hour, a car travels how many kilometers in 2 hours? Okay, and it says, we know that 1 mile is about 1.6 kilometers. So first thing I'm going to do is take the information that I know right here. Our first rate is 60 miles per 1 hour. Okay, and we're trying to figure out how many kilometers in 2 hours. So we have to figure out which unit is changing, the miles or the hours. Well, I see the word hours again, so that means miles has to change. So now my unit rate that I'm going to multiply, my unit multiplier, needs to be something that converts miles to kilometers. Okay, well, it tells us right here that 1 mile is about 1.6 kilometers. So I know that 1 mile is about 1.6 kilometers. Okay, well, if I look at the way I have this arranged, if I left it like this, my miles would both be on top, and I can't have that. So I'm going to have to flip it over so that the kilometers are on top and the miles are on the bottom. So it's going to be 1.6 kilometers over 1 mile. Again, so that this way, our miles will cancel. And now I'm going to multiply. Well, I'm going to have to do 60 times 1.6. Okay, and these will give me 0. 6 times 6 is 36. Bring a 0 down. 0 times 1 is 0. 6 times 1 is 6. And we're going to add these together. And we had 1 decimal place up at the start, so it's going to be 96. So 60 times 1.6 is 96. We're going to keep our label that's still up here that we didn't cross out, kilometers. And on bottom, we're going to have 1 times 1 with the label hours. So it's 96 kilometers for every 1 hour. Well, that doesn't answer my question, though, because my question asked me how many kilometers in 2 hours. So then I'm trying to figure out, this is equal to how many kilometers in 2 hours. So I'm going to, if I multiply the bottom by 2, I'm going to multiply the top by 2. And when I do 96 times 2, that's 12, and we get 18, carry 1, that's 19. Okay, so that's going to equal 192 kilometers. It's about what the car can travel in 2 hours. Alright, and that's it for your lesson for this one. So happy homeworking.